Hello, I'm Louise Kenwood, and I'm the editor of this beautiful book, Moving Mountains Writing Nature Through Illness and Disability. And it's my great pleasure to be with you supporting Millions Missing during this ME Awareness Week with ME Action UK. And today I'm really pleased to be joined by Nick Wilson. Nick is a writer and Guardian country diarist. Her work has featured in anthologies, journals, and magazines, including Gardener's World, The English Garden, the John Clare Society Journal, and Women on Nature. Over to Nick.
In the hand. I've fallen out with autumn this year. I know the world outside my bedroom window is changing, turning, ripening, but it's leaving me behind. In the last few weeks, I've managed only a short walk with stops along the way and made it down to the garden twice for a catch-up natter with the chickens. The rest has passed in a fog of pills and powders, meals on trays, long naps, MasterChef binges, and all too brief reading sessions. As far as I'm concerned, autumn can do one. For a while, I wasn't even aware that a new season had started without me. My attention was too inwardly fretted, too finely tuned to mounting pain levels, the ringing in my ears, the heaviness of my head and wobble in my legs on each trip to the bathroom. I still feel I'm living out of sync in a sensory Groundhog Day. When the wind gusts outside my bedroom window, I watch the trees swaying above the rooftops, the clouds scudding past. Inside, I feel only a numb kind of stasis. When it rains, I ask my husband to open the windows as wide as they'll go. I want the aftertaste of claggy earth in my mouth, dampness creeping up my sleeves. I want to be out picking bulbs, or sheltering under the meadow oak, or picking apples. I want to feel autumn in my bones. Rain splashes on the sill and puddles in the mouldy corners, but the air in the room remains stale and still. Sometimes I feel well enough to help the kids with their homework, or chat for a while as they snuggle up next to me in bed. Mostly, I doze the hours away. On good days, I manage a little work, laptop balanced on my knees, books strewn across the duvet. But family commitments and deadlines nag and worry me. It's been nearly 6 weeks now, the longest I've ever been confined to bed, and I feel a little less optimistic on every exhausted awakening. Today's challenge is an appointment with the out-of-hours GP. I'm not good with hospitals, but the doctor is mercifully kind and gentle, and we return with antibiotics and appointments for follow-up tests. As our car pulls into the drive, I notice a quince dangling over the green roof of the bin store. It has shed its fuzzy coating surprisingly early and ripened to a lustrous canary yellow. I ease myself out of the passenger seat and go over to take a look. Sure enough, when I cop it, lifting and turning, there is a soft snap and its weight settles in my hand. It seems to mark a transition, either for me or the garden, or both. A moment of reconnection that releases time from the pages of my diary, disentangles it from online shopping lists, medical appointments, and the kids' term dates. Autumn made flesh. In the past few years, we've had dozens of quinces, but the tree has always required more watering than I've been comfortable with, and I wonder about its future as we transition to a more drought-resistant garden in the face of escalating climate change. I've started to suspect the quince tree's days might be numbered, but each time I consider taking it out, something stops me. The offering up of those spring blossom cups, memories of our first harvest, the tumble of fruits that keep coming despite its less than ideal planting position. I feel responsible for the quince tree, busy making the best of its poor, dry soil. It hasn't given up, and I admire that. Perhaps I see a bit of myself in the tree. Damage to my small intestine from celiac disease means my body isn't always able to work at optimum capacity either. It doesn't absorb nutrients as effectively as it should, and as a result, I struggle with bouts of fatigue and infection. Last week was particularly grim. I come close to despair, fearful that the lethargy keeping me from the woods, the chalk streams, the meadows, and the garden had become the new normal, when a friend pointed out my own resilience. It was a timely reminder. Exhaustion, pain, and anxiety had made it hard to see past the next few hours. My body and mind felt too bent out of shape, too disconnected from the future to imagine a way forward. But sitting here now, weighing up the quince in my hand, I feel in touch with the world's turning. I look over the notes I've been writing about the tribe of house sparrows that chunter and bicker in the honeysuckle, and realise how much I've progressed from a few days ago, when even sitting up in bed was too much of an effort. Reflected in the still ripening quince, I see my own slow returning.